Hi everyone, I'm Michelle. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a wonderful day so far. About 2 weeks ago, I did a video, it was towards the beginning of this month, where I said everything that I crocheted for a whole week. I had a lot of fun doing that, and I decided that I'm gonna really try to do videos showing you guys everything that I've crocheted during each week when I can. Since last week, I did get my wisdom teeth removed. I didn't record any videos last week, so today's video is quite a few projects here. This is everything I crocheted in the last 2 weeks. If you don't have a cup of coffee or a project with you, I would highly recommend grabbing one because there's a lot here. I've been crocheting a lot. Again, I was going through the recovery of like the wisdom teeth, so I really wasn't doing very much except crocheting when I felt like I could, once I had energy back. So yeah, let's get started. There's quite a few projects here. This time I did make sure to write down, I think I forgot some, but I wrote down the majority of the creators of the patterns, so I want to make sure to give them credit, and I will be linking all the patterns that I mentioned here in the description box below. Hopefully they all fit. There's quite a few here, so if you don't see one there and I didn't mention it, or even if I did mention it, just let me know and I will directly give you the link. Okay, so let's get started. The first 3 are the exact same. Well, actually 2 of the 3 are the exact same. So this is a free pattern that I found on Etsy. No, this is a free pattern that I found on Instagram. I'm pretty sure it's titled Baby Yoda, but this is Grogu and he's so cute. So I did say I have 3. That's because the third one I did in a different type of yarn, and he came out very teeny tiny for being the same pattern. He's small, but it was with one of those really thin yarns that claim to be worsted weight, but really it's more like a sport weight yarn. But I didn't want to throw the yarn away, so I really decided to make a project with it instead, and I'm glad I did. He's so cute. Very teeny tiny. So like I said, this is a free pattern on Instagram. It's one of those where like the pictures are on there and you just slide through to get to the pattern. I did do something slightly different on the what's kind of like his collar. I don't remember what, I think the pattern wanted you to like sew it on after, but I kind of did like front loop only on that row instead, so I didn't have to do any sewing. For this I did have to sew on the little ears, but I'm sure you could crochet them on if you prefer to do that. That's not in the instructions, but you can kind of figure it out once you've made one. I'm sure you can crochet the ears on to your second. Personally, I don't really mind sewing, so yeah, I had fun making these 3 little Grogus. And that pattern is by, the Instagram name is TOFFOLETTA_. So I'm not gonna try to say it because I don't want to mess up any names. This next 2 are also a free pattern, but if I'm not mistaken, it's a free YouTube video. I bought the pattern because I don't really like working through YouTube videos. I just prefer to work on directly through written patterns when it comes to amigurumi anyways, because that's just the way I prefer to do things. But let's see, the channel is Crafts Go Bloom Shop. That's the channel. I will link it in the description. I'll also tag her on this video because she does have a YouTube channel and she often shares what she's been making. She does markets as well, and on that channel of course is where she has the tutorials as well. So I bought this pattern. I'm really glad I did. It's like a baby chick pattern. I made one with just solid white, and then another one using up some of my multi-color variegated yarn. I don't always know what to make with my variegated yarn, and as you can see I have a lot, So I'm trying to work through it, and I think it came out cute in the chick. The reason I did that though is because I actually did these first. I think I'm missing one. No, I'm not. Okay. So that was project 4 and 5, and I think I'm going to go back to that in a second. But project 6, 7, and 8 are the same, and it's from the same creator, Crafts Go Bloom shop. So you can buy this chick pattern separately or in a pattern pack, which is what I did, and the pack comes with a chicken. So this is a full-grown chicken, and here's her little chick. So that's why I did this one, because I had leftover yarn from this project, but not enough to make a whole chicken. So I did the little one, and it's so cute. I really, really love this pattern. I believe for this one as well, there's a free YouTube tutorial, or you can buy the written pattern, which is what I did, and I'm glad I did. I love supporting other amigurumi and crochet designers, and I really love this pattern. I love it so much. The only thing, and this is nothing against the pattern, it's just probably with my crocheting, when I'm decreasing back here, because you have a lot of increasing and decreasing to get this cute shape, sometimes I end up with holes where you can see the yarn, and I stitched most of them up. You might be able to see right here, but at the end I just weave because I leave an end tail, and I weave my end tail through there so you don't really see the fiber fill through the holes as much. I don't think there's it's a problem or anything. I just wanted to note that if you make this pattern and you have holes back here, an easy fix is to just weave your yarn through there so you don't see the fiber fill as much. But again, I was using up variegated yarns because I have so many, and I love them all. My favorite is definitely the one in the middle. I think I got that yarn from Hobby Lobby, and it's so cute. But it worked perfectly perfect for the chickens. So I love that pattern. I think I will be making more because I absolutely love making chickens, and that's one of my 3 chicken patterns that I own. So I definitely will be making more chickens. This next one, I actually worked on this one, I think the 2nd week of August, right before my surgery, so I wasn't able to show you guys, but I did post him on Instagram, and I think I made a reel with him, so I probably posted him on YouTube as well as a short. This adorable little ghost, his name is Spooky Boots, and I just saw, literally right before recording this video, I was scrolling through YouTube as I was getting my stuff ready because I wanted to have a video going on, and I realized she just started a YouTube channel. So her name is the Avalon Rose Crochet. Also will be linked in the description, her channel as well as the pattern for Spooky Boots. I had the pleasure of pattern testing for her. So over on Instagram, I applied to be a pattern tester, and she chose me, so I was able to test out the Spooky Boots pattern. He's so cute, especially when you have him sitting down and his feet hanging. It's so cute. You can do little shoelaces on him. I decided not to, but I'm really happy with him, and I'll probably be making a few more as well because it's a very unique looking Halloween pattern, and I think anyone who sees Spooky Boots will fall in love with him. I really enjoyed working on him. Highly recommend this pattern. Very easy to understand, and it's such a cute plushie when you're finished. Yeah, I really love doing this part too. It's so cute. Yes, this is also actually everything here so far that I've showed worsted weight yarn, except for this guy. This one claimed to be worsted weight, but it wasn't. I used a 5mm H crochet hook on everything, and yeah, worsted weight yarn, except for this one. I think I used a 25mm hook with this one because that yarn was so tiny. If you watched my last video, or actually maybe 2 videos ago, you might have seen this cutie. This was the black cat that I did for the national holiday crochet along that I'm doing with Ella from No Catchy Name, where we're both choosing a national holiday for each week in August and crocheting something to go along with that holiday. We're not letting each other know what project we're making. All that we know is we decided on the same holidays, and we're revealing our projects on the videos to each other. So I have so much fun making this. I'm having a lot of fun with the whole collab. So thank you, Ella, for doing that with me. And that is where this kitty came from. This is from my Halloween bunch pattern pack. It comes with 5 patterns, and this is just one of them. But look at her curly tail. I love it. Lots of fun. I named her Kiwi because of her cute green eyes. Number 11. Quite a few videos ago, I think it was towards the beginning of the month, so maybe like close to 3 weeks ago, I mentioned that I had someone message me that they wanted to order a custom hippo and a panda. I finished this panda about a week ago, and I sent them the pictures, and they liked it, so they are going to take it. I made my own pattern. I didn't write it down, but I didn't use anyone else's pattern. I might go back and write it down because I actually think it's really cute, and I was trying to look for a panda pattern basically exactly like what I did, but I couldn't find one. So because of that, I might go back and like try to figure it out and write down the pattern, but I just think it came out so cute. I couldn't find a pattern of like this size having the eyes actually stitched on rather than circles or ovals that you had to sew on like separate pieces. I just think this looks so much cuter. I love it. I'm really glad she liked it too. So the hippo and the panda are gonna find new homes. She's probably gonna pick them up when I do another farmer's market, which I'm not really sure when. Probably next month when the weather gets to be a little bit cooler. I'm really looking forward to October and November farmers markets. It's cold. When it gets cold here, it gets cold. But personally, I enjoy the cold. So I'm looking forward to those markets. But anyways, let me move out of the way so you can see the black better on the panda bear. But yeah, I didn't use any pattern for this guy, but I just think he's so cute. Let me know if you would be interested in a pattern for this cutie. I just realized, oh no, I left the fan on. It's been like 13 minutes. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. It gets hot really quickly in this room, and typically I have the fan on and I try to remember to turn it off every time, like right before I record. That is my fault. I am so sorry, because I realized in the last couple videos that I've done, when I accidentally leave the fan on, you can hear like gusts of wind. I'm so sorry. I feel terrible. Yeah, I promise I will try to do better at turning off the fan. It just gets so hot in this room that I completely forget about it. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Anyways, for this one as well, this is, I think this is all using Crafter Secret yarn from Hobby Lobby, an H 5mm hook, and look how cute and chubby it is. I positioned the hands and the legs this way because that's they sent me a picture kind of similar to what they were wanting, and this is how the legs were positioned in that picture, so that's why I went with that. Number 12 is a big one. It's a penguin. This one I believe is called Pippo the penguin, and if I'm not mistaken, it's a paid for pattern on Etsy. That's where I got it from. I love this pattern. My penguins, I've actually showed similar penguins or this pattern before, but in different colors on my channel, and every time I mention my little belly patch always comes out a little bit crooked. It's probably an easy fix, like just do 1 or 2 more, you know, crochet stitches on this side. But I don't really think it's a huge deal personally. I think it's so cute. He has a little bit of character. They all come out that way. So I think that's the way the pattern is, because I've probably made like 6 of these. I really love this pattern. It's so cute. I just can never decide if I want to sew the feet on directly like this or kind of like this. You know what I mean? So they're down. I can never decide on that. So I never sew them up. I always sew them halfway so the person can decide if they want to have the penguin standing or more like sitting. So that's what I do. Also, this pattern comes with like a scarf and earmuffs because this penguin tends to get a little bit chilly. But I don't think I've ever done the scarf and the earmuffs on him because I finished the penguin and I'm just like, no, it looks perfect. It looks perfect just the way that it is. For this one, actually, I doubled my yarn. I love this yarn. It's sport weight. So very thin yarn, and I doubled it because I got this on sale at Hobby Lobby and I couldn't pass it up. The color is so pretty. So I have a couple. This one is the same. This brown is also sport weight. I love this like golden color, and then this green. So that's the only sport weight yarn that I have. Whenever I do use them, I always double them. So I'm glad that I have so many of the same color. I've really been using this blue a lot though. So this cute penguin. And then since the yarn is so thin, it really is like a worsted weight yarn when doubled, because this white is just regular worsted weight yarn and it did not throw off the pattern at all. The amigurumi, it didn't throw it off at all using 2 doubled sport weight yarn and a worsted weight yarn. In my experience, it came out perfectly fine. Again, with everything, a H 5mm crochet hook. This eats a lot of stuffing though. Definitely a project if you have an excess amount or like a really good supply of polyester fiber fill, because this one uses a lot of fiber fill to get it to like be a good sturdy penguin anyways. This one I freehanded. This is a pop-tart, just a cute little pop-tart. No pattern for this one, so there won't be one in the description box, but I just used white. It kind of looks like an off-white, and then some tan yarn, and then the white yarn. This is yarn. It kind of looks like puffy paint, I think, on the screen, but it's yarn. I just zigzagged it to make it look a little bit like strawberry or some sort of decoration on the Pop-Tart. Came out pretty thick for a Pop-Tart though. I do realize it should be a little bit thinner, but I think it's cute. Very cute. So for this one, this is project 14 through 19. I made 6 bumblebees. I love these bumblebees. I had so much fun. These are also made using a yarn from Hobby Lobby. I'm not sure what kind of yarn this is, but it's like a thicker yarn that I purchased this specifically because I knew I wanted to make bumblebees with it, and I just think they're so cute. For the wings, I did use regular worsted weight yarn, and I think it looks good mixed up. I'm looking at them because their eye placements are all like slightly different, but they're also perfect. I love them all. I really love these, and no pattern for these. It's kind of, I just grabbed the yarn and just made, like, you know, a bumblebee shape. Nothing too crazy. There's a lot of free bumblebee patterns all over Instagram and YouTube, I'm sure. If you're interested though in the bumblebee pattern, let me know, and I would definitely be open to trying to record a tutorial for it, because and I say trying because I am no pro at all at recording tutorials. I think I've tried like twice before. And I definitely need more practice. So this would be a good way of practicing a tutorial, I'm sure. Let me know if you'd be interested in this bumblebee. I do have the yarn over there. So if you want to know what type of yarn this is as well, feel free to ask. Number 20, project number 20. So I love making turtles. I absolutely love making turtles. Sometimes I get sick of them because I'll tend to make like 5 at a time, and then I get sick of them, and then like 3 days later I'm ready to make another turtle. Lately I've just been making 1 or 2, usually when I grab some variegated yarn and I'll make a project and then decide, like for example with this chicken, and then I'll be like, you know what, that would be a really cool turtle shell color. Well, I pulled up some variegated yarn and I am in love with this turtle. I feel like this looks like a Halloween candy themed turtle, where it's like it can be Halloween if you want it to be, but you can also have it out for the rest of the year because it's not necessarily Halloween, but it'll fit in with the Halloween stuff, like, you know what I mean? I just think it's so cute and I love this yarn so much. This is a old skein of Michael's Craft Smart yarn, and it just screams like a Halloween color. I think I looked at it and it's called let me see if I can grab it actually. I literally did not realize the yarn was literally right here. Since I was working with it recently, I thought it was over on a table, but it's called Strawberry Fields, and yeah, it's old Craft Smart yarn, and like, I don't mean old, but it's their old branding when their yarn bands used to be red. I don't have a lot left, but I think I really want to save this to make more spooky Halloween turtles because they're so cute. And I hope other people see it. Let me know if I'm the only person who sees this and kind of thinks that looks like Halloween candy. Like, it's so cute. Yeah, I was surprised when I read the ball band that it wasn't like a Halloween themed name. I guess it just works out so perfectly. I love it. I love it so much. So there's no pattern. I don't know if I already said that because I just stopped recording and now I'm recording again and my memory is not the best, but I don't know if I said this. There's no pattern for this turtle. I make them so much. I don't need a pattern. Well, this is my own pattern. I never wrote it down. I memorized it because I literally make these all the time. I love making them. If you want a custom turtle, let me know. I am always open to making people turtles. But I'm really debating making the pattern for that because I've been asked about them so many times, and honestly, it's one of my favorite patterns that I show them a lot. I'm pretty sure you guys have noticed. I really love making them. So I might release that pattern very soon. So project 21 and 22 are both made with similar, well actually not similar, made with the same type of yarn. So this is that yarn that I showed in one of my last couple videos, asking you guys if you guys happen to know what type of yarn this is. Apparently it's a discontinued yarn, which kind of sucks because I thought this was it wasn't like the best to work with personally if I didn't know how to crochet without looking down, because I can crochet while I'm looking up. I feel the stitches. If I didn't know how to do that, I would absolutely hate working with this yarn. But because I'm able to crochet without looking at like every single stitch, then I was able to do this. This is also a pattern from my Halloween pattern pack, the Halloween bunch set, and it's the same one that this is from. So there's also a candy corn, a cauldron, and a pumpkin. And I messed up on this one because I accidentally made it a little bit taller than I was supposed to. So I can I can crochet without looking at these stitches, but it's still hard for me to count the rows of the stitches because obviously I messed up. It's supposed to be a little bit shorter than this, and in that pattern pack it has arms, but I don't really like making like detailed stuff because that arm has a little thumb. So because of the type of yarn, I don't really like making like the bobble stitches with this type of yarn, so I just left it without any limbs, I guess. But it's cute. It's like a very Barbie pink. I feel like it looks a little more pale on the camera than in person. In person it's like a very that's Barbie pink. And then to go along with the ghost, I made a pumpkin from that same pattern. And for the stem, I love this so much. This is cotton yarn. I think this is from Hobby Lobby. I think it's their, like, I love this cotton, I think that's what it's called, but it has like sparkles. So this is very much a Barbie pumpkin. I used the cotton yarn to pull the pumpkin together. If you've made a pumpkin before, or if you haven't, the way that you do it is you make a circle and then you have to push the yarn needle. I hope I'm explaining this okay. You have to push the yarn needle through the center of the pumpkin like multiple times to get these ridges. And I knew I could not do that with this yarn because this breaks so easily, the fuzzy yarn. So I decided to get this cotton, and it's so perfect. Look at it. Part of me wants to keep this, but I went ahead and added this along with this ghost and this turtle, I think the cat and the penguin, and some bumblebees. So quite a few of the items that you're seeing today are actually listed on my Etsy shop. But if you're ever interested in anything that I show, you could always message me on Instagram or through Etsy, through here. I don't think you can message on YouTube, but you know what I mean. You can always reach out. I'm always happy to make custom orders, or well, for now, make custom orders, because during Christmas time it becomes very hectic and I kind of have to stop taking orders. But if you're ever interested in anything, my point is to always feel free to reach out. Number 23, this is a free pattern that I found on Instagram. Again, I doubled my yarn and I used two types of yarn. I can't tell you what one of them was. One of the yarns is this same blue, and then the other one was like a variegated type yarn. It had little bits of white in it, but it's like a very similar color. So what I did was they were both sport weight yarns, so I grabbed the variegated type yarn and this skein, or a similar skein of this color, and I worked with them together to make it like worsted weight yarn, because I cannot do sport weight yarn or really anything thinner than worsted weight yarn. Everyone who crochets with that thin yarn, oh my goodness, I admire that so much. I can really only do worsted weight and above. I can do thicker but not thinner yarn. But this is a free pattern. I think it's so cute. I was a little bit torn about the ears though. I don't know if I like the way necessarily that they came out. This is the way it looks in the pattern, but I feel like hers looks cuter than mine. So part of me was thinking of making it like, I don't know if I can show you without my hands being in the way, kind of like this. I think that looks like a cuter elephant. I feel like this looks like a little sad elephant. So I'm still debating if I want to kind of stitch a couple more stitches right here and make the elephant ears less droopy. I don't know, maybe people would like it like this. I'm torn. Also, I feel like I should put little pink cheeks because it's a lot of blue, and maybe it needs that pop of color. Maybe that's what we're missing, a little bit of pink. Why does the trunk keeps going to the side? Here we go. I did stitch the trunk though, because it was like going straight out. So I did put a couple stitches here so it went up, and I think it looks perfect. And I'm glad I finished this, because this was actually, I'm not gonna lie, this was a work in progress for 3 weeks maybe. I forgot about this one. I'm glad I finished it though, and got to cross it off the list because I don't really have a whole lot of works in progress going on at the same time. Usually I'll have 1 to 3 but small projects, like literally like this size, or like I should really sit down and just make the comb of the chicken. I should note for this chicken though, it is a no-sew pattern. I totally forgot to mention that, and I should have. I personally do the comb separate and sew it on afterwards. That's the way I prefer to do it, but the pattern does tell you how to crochet the comb on, so you don't have to sew it. And I'm sure the video explains that as well, but I personally prefer to sew it on. Isn't that funny, that little bit of white? That's part of the yarn though. It happens a couple times that I feel like it looks so random. The white bits look so random with the rest of the yarn. That is it for the last 2 weeks. So I told you it was quite a bit. It was 23 projects. I have some new projects already sitting to the side, but because I do this typically like Saturday to Saturday of like, I think this week I'm doing Sunday because I think those are from Sunday. So I already have some projects that I started or finished, and I will be showing them to you guys in next week's video. Hopefully everything goes well and I'm able to show you. I don't think it'll be as many because again, this is 2 weeks worth of crocheting, but I had a lot of fun recovering. It doesn't hurt anymore. So yeah, I'm good. My wisdom teeth removal went well. Thank you everyone for the well wishes. But yeah, I don't think it's gonna be as many projects as this time because again, this was 2 weeks. But hopefully next week I can show you guys what I've made. And I have 2 projects already. It's been 2 days. Oh my goodness, I should probably crochet more so I can show you guys more. But thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna try to gather the amigurumis together to take a picture for this video for the cover, I guess. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.